Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm going to show you the best settings for Apex and how to make it run as best as it can. So first things first, what you're going to do is you're going to want to go to background running apps in your PC. So when you see background running apps, it says let these apps run in the background. You have on. Now for me, I like to have certain apps on in the background as well. So I have a few settings on and a few settings off. You can turn this off completely if you want, but for me, I just have the apps like I normally don't use. Like I have Armory Crate on, DTS, Sound, Unbound. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but I feel like it's important, so I just keep it on. Of course, my Nvidia control panel on. This is actually supposed to be off because I just downloaded Adobe Premiere yesterday. You know, I just have it's like audio console, my settings on. And I have no idea what these are, but I just leave them on as well. And I have my weather on and my Windows security on. But you can turn that off completely if you want. These are just preference, you know, just like the apps you normally don't use, like Tips, voice recorder, Skype, all that stuff, camera, clock, Cortana, calculator. I would just turn that off so like while you're gaming, it doesn't take up, you know, it doesn't like make your computer all sluggish. So once you have that turned off, another thing we're gonna do is you wanna go to your Nvidia control panel and you're gonna manage 3D settings. So you're gonna go program settings and then it's gonna say select a program to customize. Obviously we're just gonna be Apex. So you're gonna click R5 Apex. So you click R5 Apex and these are my settings that I have. Please forgive me if I say these wrong, which I probably will. You're gonna wanna turn off anisotropic filtering. Okay, now we're just gonna go one by one because I can't say that properly. FXAA off. I have my gamma correction on, and then anti-aliasing mode, I have that off. And then I have background application max frame rate, I have that off. CUDA GPUs, I use the global setting, so I have that all. Low latency mode, I have that on ultra. My max frame rate, I have it capped to Nvidia as well as this Steam little panel, but I'll show you guys in a couple minutes. So max frame rate, I have it set to 240 because I have a 240 hertz monitor by ASUS. Multi-frame sampled AA, I have that off. Open GL rendering GPU, I have this set to my graphics card. You always want to make sure you have it set to your graphics card because it's really important. I just found out it does tend to work better that way when you have it set. Power management mode, you want to have that set to prefer maximum performance. Again, I do have dual PC and I like my Apex to run the best no matter what. My preferred refresh rate, that's for my Elgato. Texture filtering, I have that on, yeah. And then texture filtering LOD, allow, texture filtering quality, texture filtering trilinear on, threaded optimization auto, triple buffering off, vertical sync. This is disgusting. You want to turn that off. So anyways, so these are the settings I have. I usually just change like 3 settings on here for me. And you always want to make sure you don't have VSync on. That really fucks with your FPS a lot too, and it makes it feel really sluggish. But anyways, that's what I have for my Nvidia control panel. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, I don't recommend doing this if you have a 2060 graphics card or lower. You're gonna wanna go to GPU. So you're gonna open the graphics settings for this. Hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, I have that turned on and I hit browse and I found my Apex. If you have it in Steam, you're gonna find it by going to Steam. We're gonna do this together, guys. Common, Apex Legends, R5 Apex, and you're gonna hit add. Once you add that, you're gonna click on it and you're gonna go options and high performance and then you hit save. So this way your Apex is always running at high performance and your computer knows, and that's a really effective way for having that. And this is my game run in tip-top condition. So now that you have that added, it's gonna tell you to restart your computer. You can go ahead and restart your computer. Again, if you have anything less than a 2060, I don't recommend doing the hardware, like the GPU hardware accelerated, because you can and will possibly get the blue screen of death, so I don't recommend that. And then another thing is you're gonna want to make sure you have your correct app for your GPU. So I have an EVGA 3080. I did used to have a 2070 and then I got a 3070 and now I have a 3080, and I always made sure I had this app. So the Precision X1, it is on EVGA's website, so this is really, really helpful as well. A lot of people don't have their app for their graphics card. This is really, really important, especially for your fans, because sometimes your fans won't run properly without the app. I use a standalone version. I don't use the Steam one, and again, you can find it on the website. I'll put it in the description below, but I don't touch any of these settings, memory, GPU, target. I don't touch anything. The only thing I touch is the fan speed. Now, I always keep mine at around 55, so my GPU fans will turn on for that, and as soon as I turn on Apex, my fans are at 55%, and I just play the game. You want to hit apply and then save. And as well, for those who don't know, you can change the color on your graphics card. So yeah, you can change the top, bottom, whatever graphics card you have, depending on it, you know? So yeah, that's another helpful thing. You always want to make sure you turn on this app as soon as you turn on the game, otherwise your game will feel like shit. You do have a Gigabyte graphics card or MSI. They do have MSI Afterburner, so you can also download that as well. It just depends what graphics card you have. Again, I have EVGA, so I use the EVGA Precision 1 app, and this is the app. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Steam. We're going to go to Apex, right click on it. You're going to go manage, browse local files. So when this pops up, you're going to browse your local files, scroll down to R5 Apex, right click on it, go properties, compatibility, and you're going to want to make sure you run the game as admin. Okay, so click that, hit apply, and hit OK. So when you do that, your computer knows. Exit out of that, go to manage and go properties here. I always turn off the desktop game theater. Now I have a positive FPS _ max 240 because that's a monitor I have, and I like having 240 FPS. Again, you never want to go above your recommended FPS for your monitor, otherwise it will cause like screen tearing and all that stuff, and it will make your game feel less smooth or nice, and it will feel like things are a little bit all over the place and jumpy. If you do play on controller, it is recommended that you play at 144 Hz, unless otherwise aim assist will feel a little weird and wonky. You can always cap it on 180, 165 as well. Again, this is just my monitor and what I like to have it at. So once you're done, you just exit out of that, and then you open up Apex. The negative dove does eliminate the startup screen, so I do like that a lot, and it's not as loud. Gonna go into Apex now, and we're gonna fix its settings. So you're gonna go settings, you're gonna go video. I do run 1720 by 1080. Again, this is just preference. Normally it'll say like 1920 by 1080, so that's totally fine. So for the settings down here, graphic settings, you're gonna wanna make sure VSync is disabled. The video reflex, again, I like to have it enabled plus boost. You can keep it enabled or enabled plus boost. That's just up to you. I do feel like it does make it is better in latency wise for me. And then anti-aliasing, I have that set to none. Texture streaming budget, here's where a lot of people mess up. A lot of people do have this set to very low or none. Now that is where a lot of people, I feel like, mess up. Because if you have a graphics card in your PC, why are you not gonna take advantage of getting that FPS that you're supposed to get? I just run mine on medium, or it'll be on high. My FPS only drops about like 4 every now and then, like when I turn around and stuff like that. But yeah, I run mine at high, and if you don't, I recommend that you do. My texture filtering is at bilinear. Ambient occlusion quality is disabled. I have my sun coverage low, sun detail low, disabled, disabled, low, 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 disabled, and low. The only thing I really have set to high is my texture streaming budget, and you can always change it to medium as well if you want. Again, it's just preference, but this is what my game runs best on and works amazing with. So that's how I get 240 FPS on Apex. Anything higher than 240 FPS on Apex, I don't really feel like it's good. In my opinion, the game can be at 300, but I feel like it's just overkill at that point. 240 is like honestly a really good spot if you want to have it there. But yeah, please don't also forget, if your PC comes with fans, it's really crucial and really important you guys have this turned on. If you have like an NZXT cooler, like NZXT PC, Lian, the Lian app, you can control how fast you want your fans to turn. So I have my fans set to standard, and this does help keep my PC cooled and my CPU cool. So it's usually set to quiet. I have mine set to standard, and I hit apply to all. If you have an NZXT cooling system or like fans, there's an NZXT cam app that you guys can download, and then you go to cooling. It'll be usually set to default. I have mine set to performance as well. Once you have these apps, it'll change your game completely. You guys will feel a difference, trust me. I've been on about this, and I'm very nitpicky with my game and how my PC feels and everything, and how my game feels. So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. If you guys have any questions or need any help, I'm more than happy to help you. You can always DM me on Twitter. That's where it's best to reach me, or you can leave a comment. I don't really check Instagram DMs, so if you do ask me for a question there, I'm sorry. I probably won't see it in time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.